My sister took a massive dump all over my wedding plans by announcing her wedding to be 1 month after mine. She promised she wouldn't do me dirty, but she did. I, 24F, am planning my wedding with my partner of almost 6 years. We got engaged at the end of November 2023, and we set our wedding date for September 2024. Before diving into the current situation, I want to provide a little context. Growing up, it was always abundantly clear that my sister, 20F, was the family favorite. She was given special privileges and was spoken of more highly than me. For this reason, we didn't get along during our childhood and most of our teenage years. After attending therapy as an adult, I came to understand that I couldn't hold my parents' treatment towards her against her because she was a child, and the only people to blame are my parents. After working through that, she and I became really close. For the past few years, we have been inseparable. She's my best friend, and I am hers. I asked her to be my maid of honor, and she was so excited. She started dating her current boyfriend, 21M, in late October of 2023. Of course, he just so happens to be everything my family has ever dreamed of in a son-in-law, the exact opposite of my partner. For the past 6 months they have been together. My sister's partner is all my family talks about, even at my bridal appointments. Right after my engagement, my sister said that when she found out about my upcoming engagement, she made it clear to her boyfriend that this year was about me, so she didn't want him to bring up anything marriage-related until after my wedding. She said she wanted this to be my year. I've dreamed of this wedding my entire life, and maybe it's selfish to say, but I just wanted this one thing to actually be about me. This leads us to the current situation. Last night, my sister and her boyfriend of 6 months FaceTimed me together and told me that they decided to get married. They said that he would go to ask my parents either today or tomorrow for permission, and then he would immediately go buy a ring. They then said that they want me to help plan the official proposal, which will happen in 2 to 3 weeks, with the wedding set for November 2024. I told them that I needed time to process, and I ended the FaceTime. An hour later, my sister called me to talk about it, and I was sobbing. I explained to her how badly it hurt me that she, of all people, would do this after she promised that she would let this be my year. I explained to her that I want to be happy for her, but I am grieving the loss of my special day because the second our family hears about their engagement, it will be as if I and my wedding don't exist. She cried while I explained myself and then said, "Don't worry about it, just don't worry about it, I have to go," and hung up the phone. I haven't heard from her since. Right now, I feel like I have lost my wedding and my best friend. I am the villain in her story for ruining her moment, and she is the villain in my story for taking this milestone from me even after she promised she wouldn't. Where do we go from here? Update 1. Thank you all for the advice in the comments on my original post. I'm sorry for taking so long to post an update for you. By the way, my sister is not pregnant. I spoke with my sister last Tuesday, and it was not a very positive conversation. I was still extremely hurt, and she was angry with me for ruining her excitement. I ended that conversation by telling her that at the end of the day, she would have to make her choice on whether they would go through with this engagement and wedding or wait until after my wedding based on what felt most right to her. She left me on red, and I didn't reach back out because I felt like the ball was in her court. Last night, she reached out to me and apologized for hurting my feelings. She said that she doesn't want things to be bad between us over this. She then started asking me more questions about how I felt. After some more explanation, I asked her if she had talked to her boyfriend about our phone call. She said that she did, and when I asked how it went, she said that he told her she needed to reach out to me and try to make things right. She said it took her a while to reach out because she was still trying to process her emotions, but ultimately, she knew he was right. I asked her what they decided to do, and she said that after several days of talking it over, they have decided to postpone the proposal until after my wedding in September. She said that their new plan is to get engaged soon after my wedding and plan their wedding for early 2025. They have not said anything to our family about the engagement, and my family has been blissfully unaware of the state of my sister's relationship with me. I guess you could say that this is the best case scenario for this situation. There is still quite a bit of tension between my sister and me, but hopefully, that will get better with time. Commenter. Your sister may not be pregnant, but I question the idea of discussing proposals and marriage after only 6 months. I would recommend that you speak to her about the insanity of that choice, but given the situation as it is, it's probably best not to add any fuel to a still smoldering fire. My parents have been encouraging her to do this since they hit the 1-month mark in their relationship. I wholeheartedly believe that my parents are more interested in getting him into the family, as he's their dream son, rather than looking out for her best interest. Because of this, a couple of months ago, I sat her down and had a hard conversation. She was upset with me for a couple of days, but I told her that I could not live with myself if I didn't at least give her another perspective on this relationship. She lives with our parents, so she is hearing their perspective every day. I explained issues that can come up with someone that you don't fully know yet, and I told her that at the end of the day, I wanted to protect her from ending up in a situation that I have been in the past. I tried to explain to her that some things you only learn about a person in time. Right now, you're in the honeymoon phase of the relationship, and that's not an accurate representation of what the relationship will be. People are usually on their best behavior at the beginning, and then over time, as they become more comfortable and the novelty starts wearing off, things can change. I finished the conversation by saying that if he really loves you and has all the best intentions with you, he will still be here a year from now. A good man will not walk away from you because you want to date for 1 year before getting engaged or married. I guess she didn't take what I said to heart and decided to take her chances.